Join me for a story to help you feel at ease and find calm. Frisia and the Spring Sprite. This story is about Frisia, a kind-hearted girl, and Puppy, a spring sprite, who discover the true essence of family during a magical adventure in an enchanted forest. In a quaint village nestled between rolling emerald hills, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Frisia. She had flowing chestnut hair and eyes that gleamed with curiosity and warmth. One radiant spring morning, Frisia set out on an adventure to the nearby enchanted forest, a place her grandmother spoke of in bedtime stories. The sun filtered through the dense canopy, casting dappled shadows on the forest floor. As she wandered deeper, Frisia came upon a sparkling brook. It was here she met Puppy, a spring sprite. Puppy was no taller than a butterfly, with wings that shimmered like morning dew on wildflowers. The spring sprite's laughter filled the air with a melody as sweet as the songbirds. Puppy explained that she was the guardian of the forest, and like all spring sprites, she controlled the change of seasons. Fascinated by Puppy's tale, Frisia spent the entire day with her new friend. As they explored together, Puppy showed Frisia the hidden beat of the forest. Petals unfurling at dawn, baby animals taking their first steps, and the silent hum of new leaves growing. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of pink and gold, Frisia realized how much she missed her family. Understanding her new friend's feelings, Puppy suggested a magical way back home. With a sprinkle of spring sprite magic, the two friends floated gently above the trees, carried by a beam of light. When they touched down at the edge of the village, Puppy gave Frisia a small pendant made from the petals of the first bloom of spring. "Whenever you miss the forest, just hold this, and it will be there," Puppy whispered. With a tearful but heartfelt goodbye, Frisia returned to her family. That night, as she nestled into bed, Frisia clutched the pendant and felt the warmth of the forest and her special friend Puppy. She drifted off to sleep knowing that family was not just the people she lived with, but also the bonds of the heart she held dear. Let's continue with another tale to warm your heart. The Enchanted Giant. This story is about a young girl named Star and a giant named Frisia, focusing on understanding and overcoming fear to see the kindness within. Once upon a time, in a valley nestled between majestic mountains and flowing rivers, lived a young girl named Star. She had a curiosity as vast as the sky, always exploring the land, her footsteps light and full of wonder. One day, Star wandered farther than usual and found herself at the base of a towering mountain that seemed to touch the heavens. As she looked up in awe, she noticed the great giant Frisia, sitting atop the mountain with a sad expression. Frisia was known for his enormous size but even more for his gentle heart. He was loved by the animals and the trees, which he nurtured with great care. Star, undeterred by the giant's size, climbed the mountain to see him. "Hello, dear Frisia," she said softly. The giant turned, a surprised look softening his sadness. "Well, why do you look so sad?" asked Star. Frisia sighed deeply, his breath rustling the trees below. "I am misunderstood. People fear me because of my size. They see me as a threat, not realizing that all I desire is peace and friendship." Star approached him and placed her tiny hand on his enormous foot. "I understand you," she said. "You are kind and gentle, and I will help others see that too." Inspired by Star's words, Frisia's heart lightened. He smiled, a gesture that filled the valley with warmth and light. Star had an idea. She asked the animals and trees to gather, creating a circle of trust around Frisia. Later, they sang a melody that echoed through the mountains and valleys, a song of understanding that reached the hearts of all the villagers. The people of the valley, hearing the harmonious tune, began to see beyond Frisia's sighs. They climbed the mountain, bringing gifts and apologies, their fear turning into admiration. The giant, touched by their gestures, promised to protect and care for the valley. From that day on, Frisia and the villagers lived in harmony, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. The star visited Frisia often, their friendship glowing like the brightest star in the night sky. So, they all lived happily ever after, understanding the true essence of kindness and the importance of seeing the heart within. Let's continue with another tale to warm your heart. Amaryllis and Agatha, a tale of reassurance. This story is about Amaryllis, who finds reassurance and hope in her future through the wisdom and friendship of a charming animal named Agatha. Once upon a time, in a village nestled amidst lush valleys and clear streams, there lived a gentle spirit named Amaryllis. She had a heart as kind as the gentle breeze that danced through the meadow flowers. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, Amaryllis found herself by the ancient oak tree, feeling a deep sense of uncertainty about her future. Just as the first stars began to twinkle in the twilight, a soft rustling caught her attention. Emerging from the bushes, a tiny, luminescent creature known as Agatha approached her. With fur that shimmered like the surface of a crystal-clear lake and eyes that sparkled like the stars above, Agatha was a charming animal, known for their wisdom and serene presence. Sensing Amaryllis's unease, Agatha spoke in a voice as melodious as a songbird's tune. "Why do you worry, dear Amaryllis?" Amaryllis sighed, her voice a whisper. "I feel lost, Agatha. I don't know what lies ahead for me, and it frightens me." Agatha smiled warmly and nuzzled close. "The future is a path often cloaked in shadow, but rest assured, every step you take lights your way. You are never alone in your journey, for the stars above watch over you, and the earth beneath supports you." As Amaryllis listened, a sense of calm washed over her. "Thank you, dear Agatha," she said softly, her heart feeling lighter. That night, under the starlit sky, Amaryllis and Agatha sat together, exchanging stories and dreams. Amaryllis learned that reassurance often comes from within and for the comforting presence of friends. Their friendship grew stronger, and with each passing day, Amaryllis ventured forward with renewed confidence and a heart full of hope. And so, under the guardianship of the stars and guided by friendship, she discovered that the future, while uncertain, held infinite possibilities. Let's wander further with our next story. Silver Bell and Rose, a tale of tenderness. This story is about the bond between an elderly woman named Silver Bell and an adventurous girl named Rose, and the lessons of tenderness, care, and strength woven through their shared experiences. In a quaint village nestled between gentle rolling hills and whispering pine forests lived an elderly woman named Silver Bell. Her hair glistened like spun silver, and her smile radiated warmth that could melt the coldest heart. Throughout her years, she had nurtured and helped a garden that was the pride of the village, known to heal wounds and calm anxious souls. One golden morning, as the sun bathed the village in soft light, a girl named Rose arrived at Silver Bell's door. Rose, with eyes sparkling like dew-kissed petals, was known far and wide for her spirit of adventure. "Good morning, Silver Bell," Rose greeted cheerfully, her excitement barely contained. "I want to learn the secrets of your garden." Silver Bell chuckled softly, her laughter sounding like the gentle tinkling of wind chimes. "Fly right, dear. But remember, the greatest secret of this garden is not just in the plants, but in the care and love you pour into them." Day by day, Rose visited Silver Bell, learning the art of gardening. She discovered that every herb had its own story, every flower its own song. Silverbell's tender guidance was a melody that played in Rosie's heart, teaching her patience, understanding, and the profound joy of nurturing life. One afternoon, a sudden storm rolled through the village, uprooting trees and flooding paths. Rose, worried about the garden, rushed to Silverbell's home. When she arrived, she found Silverbell, calm and composed, sheltering the garden with a large quilt. "We must protect what we love, Rose," Silverbell said gently. Together, they worked through the storm, their bond growing stronger with every drop of rain. As the storm passed and the sun emerged, a rainbow arched across the sky. The garden, though battered, stood resilient, flowers glistening with raindrops. Silverbell turned to Rose, a twinkle in her eye. "Remember this, child. Tenderness is the thread that weaves strength into the fabric of life." From that day on, Rose not only became a skilled gardener, but also a protector of the village weeds heart. Under Silverbell's continued mentorship, Rose's adventures took on new meaning, filled with purpose, compassion, and an unwavering dedication to the well-being of those around her. Good night. May you find comfort in your dreams.